We're back at the little house, and Jane is putting out the stakes for the band, by the way. We're known as the backyard carpenter. Anyway, she's putting out the stakes how far she wants to extend this deck. Now, what we're gonna have to do is, of course, all that railing's got to go, and every other board we're gonna take up and cut off, because we don't want to have a straight line going across here for the extension. So she's taking it out this far, right? And then I think she just kind of steps it off and guesses, and
not measuring.
She's
I'm not guessing at all.
So anyway, she says she's not guessing at all.
I'm measuring.
And she's measuring. So what is your measure?
14 feet.
14 feet. Okay. All right. So when we get ready to start digging the holes, we're gonna have to make a little more precise measurements. So this is just an outline for her to get started, so we know where the holes are gonna go. So that's what she's doing. Now I'm rearranging so that this is out of the way. Eventually those are gonna go on the new and improved deck. So I'm rearranging our work area under here, scooting it more toward the fence. All right, so we got a little more room and less hassle when you're trying to cut the grass. So from there, I'll start digging a hose. And for that piece of tin, we're gonna make an old-fashioned awning that goes above this window, so that some days when we forget to let the window up, it will be protected from the rain. So that's what we're doing so far. Should I giggle like the guy we've been watching from Minnesota?
The backyard carpenter is now digging holes in his wonderful outfit, his Bible school t-shirt and his golf socks.
And it's also Bible school.
Oh, Bible school cap. Yeah, and we actually went into Lowe's like this. I stayed on a different aisle. So now we're digging he's digging the holes for the 4x4s for the deck expansion. This is what it is. It's green. Why it's green, I have no idea. When we finish, it will not be green. So this is our latest project. Stay tuned. All right, the post hole digger you see here has a ruler on the side of it to show 24 inches is how deep we want the pole to go down into the ground.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna take this is actually for drywall level, and I'm gonna cross here. Through the years, this 4x4 post has shrunk. So
looks like it's a 3x3.
All right, so that looks pretty good right there. All right, so I'm gonna go get a bag of concrete and open up, start pouring around, and then we're gonna take our torpedo level, which is this. That's the torpedo level, and we're gonna see if it's plumb on all sides. We're not worried about level. We want plumb. Say plumb, 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 plumb.
Got it.
All right. So we got this down to 24 inches, or well, I got it down to 24 inches, but anyway, and then we just used a half a bag of 50-pound concrete. Okay, now we'll finish it off with the dirt right here, and the dirt that we don't use here, we're gonna put it over there to help see if we get grass going over there. So a half a bag, which will be 25 pounds in that hole. All right, and then we made sure, or Jane made sure, that it was plumb on both sides. We're not worried about level, because these posts will eventually get cut off. Now we're headed over to here to start the same process. So we got a half a bag, or approximately 25 pounds in that one. So we marked where our holes are going to be right there, and then we're using our drywall square to make sure that they're lined up. it's kind of interesting that these posts, and I don't know how old, I don't know, probably they weren't built in 47, but anyway, they've seemed to have shrunk. They're a lot smaller than the ones we're now putting in the ground. The second post is now up and lined up with the posts from the previous deck line. Now I've gone out from this edge down here to 14 feet, okay, on that edge of the stake. Now what I'm getting ready to do is spray this with my spray paint, okay, and then I'm going to start digging another hole here. Then from there, we're also going to have to make sure that we're what they call square from that post to here, right? And we'll do the same thing from that post to over there, right? So in the meanwhile, Jane is petting Suey, which she is so glad to be out of the house. Right? Yes, she is. She's so glad to be out of the house. There she goes. All right, so she's starting to scrape down the ends of the bench that we have cut down from 12 feet to about 4. Is that what we did? Uh-huh. She's wiping that out while I'm doing out. Okay, so I got to go get Suey to quit barking because Christopher's on 11-7 and he's asleep. But all right, we came up with a makeshift way to make sure that the two posts are in line with each other. So what we did is we used just an L square and a drywall square, okay, and we used the tape right here. We used the tape as a straight edge, okay, and so all right, we got that lined up against there, and that's along the edge of that, and then we followed the tape. All right, so it looks like between this post and that post, they are lined up together. Now, what we got to do is we got to, I'll finish concreting that, all right, and pour the water in it, and then we'll put the red clay on it, okay, to lock in place. And then we've got to make a measurement from the post over there in the shadows to this post to see what the measurement to be square is, and we'll have to duplicate that for the fourth post. Now the question is, do I have enough energy left in me on this hot June day to do the fourth post? We'll see. Okay, all 4 posts are up, and what we did is we made a measure from right to left on those front posts, right, and found out it was 16 feet 5 inches. So we had to do the same to the outside of this to make sure it was 16.5, right? And on this side, we had to make sure that it was 14. So everything should match up, should line up. But as the sun sets on this project for today, we've got all 4 posts up, and shop shed looks good. So now I got to finish unloading the truck, and that's it for today. Later.